Hey everybody, I'm Sandy. I am a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner and whole body healing coach. Today we're going to be talking about the root causes of insomnia. We're going to go over some testing and we're going to talk a little bit about some supplements. But as always, anything you hear today is for educational purposes only. Please talk to your doctor before making any changes to your diet, your supplements, your medications, and so on. So one thing I wanted to address, which I got as a comment, is a lot of people are looking for, like, what can I take because I'm not sleeping? Or what can I take to support the liver? Or what can I take to help with the anxiety? And besides my depression and anxiety protocol, I also have an immune boosting protocol and one for viruses and bacteria and that. But I like to point you guys in the direction of where to look. I could list off 100 herbs and supplements that might help with your symptom. But at the end of the day, you can Google that. What we really want to do is test and find out what is going on. We want to find the root causes. We don't want to guess on them, because you can spend so much money, so much time, and you can do a lot of harm taking something that is not right for your body, or that could be completely the exact opposite of what you're going through, because symptoms can overlap. The symptoms of high estrogen can be similar to the symptoms of low estrogen, just as an example. So we want to do the testing. So we're going to go over the possible root causes. We're going to talk about the tests, and then you can talk to your practitioner about getting those tests. General herbal support, you can easily Google herbs to help sleep and try those. And if they help, great. If they don't, I'd really recommend getting some testing to see what's going on, because most of the herbs are acting almost like a pharmaceutical. They're just a lot safer than the pharmaceutical, and they don't come with, they could come with some side effects, but they're not going to be as damaging to the body as the pharmaceuticals are. So possible root causes of insomnia, not sleeping. I like to start with neurotransmitters. It's one of the biggest root causes of anxiety, depression, fatigue, feeling generally off. Our brain controls our whole body. We want it to be balanced. We want it to be supported. So the biggest players in insomnia are going to be low GABA. So if you're high glutamate, you're really excited, you got a lot of energy before bed, you can't sleep, you might need some GABA. Serotonin, low serotonin is a big one. If your serotonin's low, you're not going to make your melatonin. So what do? We run a genetic panel. We look at your monoamine oxidase, we look at your COMT, we look at your GAD enzyme, and I did a whole video on anxiety and depression support. So definitely check that out. It goes over the supplements and the mutations. Just 1 second. Mr. Caden Rhodes is crying, so I'm going to pause this and come back in 2 seconds. Oh, that is so funny. Caden had a really, really big poo, and him and Daddy were having some issues, and they needed Mommy to come rescue them. But this is exactly why I'm not doing any live streams right now, because you never know with a baby toddler when you're going to have to pause your recording. Okay, so we had just talked about GABA, serotonin, melatonin, running the genetics and the organic acids test to check your predisposition and how your neurotransmitters are going to behave, and the organic acids test against that, against your mutations for your enzymes that break down them, are going to really tell you what your levels are and what you need to do to rebuild them. And I've got that whole protocol, which I'll put in the link in the description. And then we run a Dutch, check our melatonin levels, right? Do you need melatonin support while you're working on your serotonin? Speaking of the Dutch, another root cause of not sleeping is your sex hormone levels. So a really low progesterone level will contribute to not being able to fall asleep or stay asleep. Don't get that Dutch. And then another root cause of insomnia is going to be your adrenals, your cortisol level. You can run run your Dutch, and it's going to show you your cortisol curve. It's going to tell you if you wake up in the middle of the night and you have a spike in cortisol, they're going to measure that. If you're spiking in the morning or spiking in the evening, you're going to see that on your free cortisol curve. You're also going to see your total free level of cortisol, and you're going to see your metabolized level, which is really, really important in treating it, because you might have really high nighttime cortisol keeping you from sleeping, but your overall cortisol is low and your metabolized cortisol is low. So taking something to lower your cortisol, which is why I really don't recommend doing that, because a lot of people think, oh, you know, I have too much cortisol, I'm going to take some Serifos or some Enerphos and I'm going to lower it, but already their total cortisol output is very low, and they're going to lower it even further and cause more problems. So it's the importance of getting the Dutch test. It's the only test that's going to show you that metabolized level. So you might be seeing some repeating patterns, Dutch, organic acids, genetics. They're all super, super important to tell you what's going on, not just with insomnia, but a lot of issues in your body. And there are really my 3 favorite tests that are out there right now. I find that the majority of people get those tests and plus a full blood panel, and the majority of their symptoms start to clear up when we address what they see. Remember, there's that whole symptom overlap. So that's why we want to see the actual test results. And I just realized I didn't put in my headphones. So hopefully you guys heard some of that. If not, I'm going to have to redo this, but that's all right. It's just what happens when you have a baby. Sometimes you have to redo a lot of things. Okay, so the other thing that plays a really big role is your liver. And this is not so much falling asleep, but staying asleep. If you're waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. and you're wide awake, can really point to your liver. So any dysfunctions in phase 1, 2, or 3 detox pathways is going to cause a buildup of toxins, and your body is going to do most of its work trying to deal with that buildup between 2 and 4 in the morning. That's your whole rest phase, rest and regenerate time. So if you're waking up between 2 and 4, you're going to run some tests and you're going to want to work on the liver. Now, there's not going to be as quick of a fix as when you're addressing neurotransmitters or sex hormones and adrenals. There's herbs and supplements that can give you really quick balancing there within a few 1 to 3 weeks of getting in your cofactors and addressing those deficiencies. But with the liver, it's not get the supplements in place and be better in a week. It's going to take your body a lot of time to deal with the buildup of toxins and start to remove them. And in most cases, it's going to take you time to get them on board, because you're having a lot of supplement sensitivities or you get a lot of detox issues when you start a supplement, then you're going to be starting at really low doses. And it can take some time for your body to catch up and for you to stop waking up between 2 and 4. Now, the other common reason of waking up between 2 and 4 is going to be pathogens. So if you have parasites or protozoa or pathogenic bacteria, these are going to be more active at night between that 2 and 4 window. So with my clients and with my coaching approach, I work on rebuilding the body first, opening detox pathways, and then gut work. So it can take some time to get to gut work. And I kind of did I did all of these root causes in this order because it shows the importance of mindset work. If you're not sleeping, doing the mindset work around sleep is really important, because if it's your gut or your liver, it's going to take time to address that. And in the meantime, you've got to have a really good mindset on it. For my coaching clients, I did just upload sleep mindset video, and that's all about retraining your thought patterns around not sleeping, retraining your circadian rhythms, what you can do when you're not sleeping. So check that out for my clients. And then talking about thoughts themselves, they are a root cause of insomnia. And if you're not working on your mindset and you're going to bed and you're constantly thinking about everything you have to do the next day, or you're thinking about an argument that you had, or you're thinking about a past event, or you have an event in the near future that's causing you a lot of stress, that's going to keep you from not sleeping. That's going to keep you from sleeping because you're going to activate the stress response. And even if you're taking a herb or a supplement to lower your cortisol, if you're able to do that because cortisol is a problem, it's going to spike it regardless. Our thoughts are so powerful, and we want to address that. We want to learn to take control of that. So there's tons of videos out there. There's tons of books out there. You can talk to your therapist or your practitioner about that. But the mindset work, we have to look at it being equally as important as all the other root causes of all of our symptoms. Our mind is so vital. And if you think of it, you're investing all this time and this money into healing your body. You want to invest equal or more time into retraining your thought patterns and getting the mindset work in place. Now, if you're looking for somebody to help you run these tests, you can check out my coaching packages at www.motivatedtoheal.com, and all the links of what we talked about in the video are going to be in the description. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys have a great day. Bye.